Word of mouth is extremely powerful. 72% of customers share their good experiences with others. 72% of customers tell 6 or more people if they have a satisfying experience, and 72% of customers talk about these experiences in person, even if they don't necessarily share the same on social media. A number of customers will share their feedback on social media. 36% of consumers will share their customer service experience, whether good or bad, with more than a third posting on Facebook, followed closely by Instagram. Sharing of experiences cuts both ways, so customers are just as keen to share their negative experiences openly. Ill-treated customers don't forget easily, and tend to hold on to their negative experiences and undelivered promises. Worse still, they may end up sharing their poor experience with others, making the business lose out big time. 59% of shoppers have told someone about a negative experience they've had with a company. 46% of consumers have used social media to call out brands because of bad customer service and rudeness. 13% of customers tell 15 or more people if they have a negative experience. Worse still, only 1 in 26 customers will tell a business about their negative experience. The rest, 91% of the unhappy customers, simply leave without complaining or giving this negative feedback. Only 1 out of 26 customers will give you feedback about a bad encounter with your business. The other 25 don't even bother, they simply leave quietly. This is a very sobering statistic, considering that, as we saw earlier, customers can leave for no reason even if things are going well and they consider themselves loyal. That is why every business should do everything possible to meet customer expectations. Such seemingly simple things like keeping time when meeting a customer, fulfilling promises, and providing timely updates need to be taken seriously. Businesses should not slack when it comes to handling customers. It is also very important that businesses welcome feedback so that customers feel comfortable enough to share their concerns, as opposed to leaving without providing their negative feedback. We'll cover the importance of feedback at a later stage. A good number of prospective customers pay attention to online reviews and value feedback from fellow customers. 87% of consumers read online reviews for businesses, and when making purchase decisions, 66% of consumers rely on customer ratings and reviews. 65% of consumers who see a complaint about a brand on social media would think twice before buying from that business, but would want to do their own research first. This shows that people do pay attention to viral reports about bad experience, and the damage goes beyond just losing that one dissenting customer. Think of all the potential business that gets wasted because of negative customer experience going viral. The impact of bad customer experience has exponential consequences to the business and can lead to massive losses. 78% of customers have backed out of a purchase due to poor customer experience. Unfortunately, unhappy customers don't forget easily. After a bad customer service experience, 39% of customers will avoid a company for 2 years. Additionally, it takes 12 positive customer experiences to make up for 1 negative experience. All this indicates that the opportunity cost of poor customer experience is significant. Think of all that revenue that doesn't get realized, or potential deals that break because of customer experience issues. $98 billion is forfeited annually by companies which fail to provide simple experiences their customers. $35 billion is lost every year by businesses as a result of customer churn caused by avoidable customer issues. Bad experience has far-reaching effects on the business, pushing unhappy customers away. Most customers just move on after a bad experience. 67% of customers report a terrible customer experience as the reason for switching business. 56% stop doing business with the company because of a poor customer service experience. 47% of consumers made the choice to switch to a different brand due to bad customer service within a year. A good number of customers will move on to the competition, for some just after one bad experience. 89% of consumers switched to doing business with the competitor following a bad customer service experience. 57% of consumers stopped buying from a company because one of their competitors provided a better experience. 50% of customers say they've left a brand to which they were loyal to go to a competitor that is better at meeting their needs. Terrible, poor, bad. These are not words that should be used to describe a business that is serious about meeting customer expectations. Customer experience needs to be a critical differentiator between your business and the competition. Like I've previously mentioned, for some customers it takes only one bad experience. 1/3 of consumers say they would consider switching companies after just one instance of bad customer service. Few customers have the patience to tolerate repeated poor customer service, and after more than one bad experience, around 80% of consumers would rather do business the competitor. 92% of customers completely abandon a company after 2 or 3 negative interactions. 1 in 3 customers will not give you a second chance once you mess up with their customer experience. In terms of what constitutes bad customer experience, below are the key customer service issues as highlighted by customers. 90% of consumers consider issue resolution as their most critical customer service concern. The top reason for 82% of customers stopping to use a business was rude and incompetent staff. 72% of consumers see having to explain their problem to multiple people as poor customer service. Nearly 70% of customers get irritated when their call is transferred from one department to another, and believe companies should collaborate on their behalf so they don't have to keep on repeating information to different representatives. 64% of consumers are more likely to recommend a brand to others if it offers simpler experiences and communication. Service insight and knowledge is also key to a good experience for 64% of consumers. Nearly 60% of consumers feel that long wait times are the most frustrating parts of a service experience. 53% of consumers rate quality as the most important factor when making purchases compared to price, which they rated as 38%. 1/3 of all consumers consider having their problems solved in one single interaction is the most critical aspect of good customer service. 31% of consumers consider a knowledgeable agent to be the most crucial factor for a positive customer experience. Lack of effectiveness and lack of speed were also noted as concerns. In conclusion, do not take customers for granted. Customers are spoiled for choice and often have numerous options to choose from and are ready to move to the competition. So the experience they get is crucial to the decision whether they stick to a particular business. Businesses need to prioritize customer experience as the key driver of customer retention, satisfaction and revenue, and this includes a focus on 2 key areas: customer service and the customer journey. Before we move on, I'd like you to note that the solutions we're about to discuss seem intuitive, even obvious, but given the increasing importance of customer experience in a world where customer expectations continue to shift dramatically, let's not disregard these solutions as too simplistic. With the right focus, businesses can yield sustainable retention results by going back to the basics.